up, y'all? What's up, YouTube? How y'all doing today on this Juneteenth day? We are going to be talking about the ladies on Run the World, episode 4. My therapist says that's the name of the episode. So we're going to get into it. I got my ladies from, around. I got BX in the building from Tamika's Den.
Yeah.
I got from the DMV, Nita the Diva. And I got from Texas, EJ the TV Junkie. So we're going to get into it tonight. We're going to talk about it. Hey, ladies, how y'all doing?
Good.
Good.
All right, so what were your thoughts about this episode? Because I'll give y'all mine at the end. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All
I
right.
thought the episode. I thought the episode was a really good episode. I'm trying to find my camera, y'all. Okay, I forgot it's down here. My bad. Okay, there you go. I thought the episode was a really good episode. I was really shocked by the ending. We'll talk about that later, I'm sure. But other than that, I thought it was a solid episode. I enjoyed it.
All right. And let's go to the next person. Nita the Diva. Nita the Diva, what was your thoughts on the episode?
I really liked the episode. Because you know how I was, but I really was engaged with this episode. I think we're getting somewhere. Really, really liking where it's going, and so I was like, okay, I'm here for it. We get to see how some of the relationships are fleshing out, some new connections, some old ones kind of going by the wayside. We'll get there, but yeah, so it's interesting. It's interesting. I'm liking it.
You liking it so far? All right.
Yeah, I'm liking it now.
Okay, and Tamika, give me an earful because I know you got
it. I agree with Nita and EJ. For me, this was the best episode so far of the season. I felt like we was getting a little more depth. We was getting some meat and potatoes, the 4-course meal. Yeah, we was starting to dig down into some things. So I was here for it. There was some stuff that I was surprised with that I wasn't expecting. I said, okay, I see what y'all did there. I didn't see that one coming. Usually I could catch little stuff like that. And y'all know I love the therapy part of it. I always say we need therapy. I appreciate them shining a light and making that something that's normal for us to go and talk to the therapist. So I was here for this episode.
All right. So I'm going to put my 2 cents in and how I feel about the episode. What I thought about the episode, I was kind of upset with the ending. I was kind of like taken back about it. It's certain questions that I had in my head about things because I'm like, how did we get here with Sandy's situation? But we're going to talk about it. We'll put a pin in it and we're going to get back to that. In the meantime, this is tonight's live poll. Do you think Sandy should have taken Whitney's advice? Okay, vote yes or no. And I got some other questions and stuff that we gonna run through tonight. Please scroll up to the top, hit that like button, hit the share, put me up in that algorithm, y'all. Holla at your girl. Hit that. Please vote, and then we'll close it out at the end and see what the results are. If you are on, my co-host channel, you could just come out real quick, come to my channel, do the vote, and then go back to to your people's channel. Okay, so that's what we doing today with this, and we're gonna start it off. We're gonna start off this whole episode and see how this is. Now, I like the way she got out the car. and that just like I like them little walking scenes, like the way she got out. It was like a runway walk. She was doing it, and he seems like a nice guy. So my question is to y'all ladies tonight: what are your thoughts about Preston?
I mean, so far he seems okay. We don't know yet. They show the representative first, but so far the representative he's showing seems to be good. And they talking about the sex is good, the vibe is good. He got money, because that's why she was kind of skeptical with him at first. As soon as she found out he had his business and everything going. She was like, all right. So we still got to see though.
Yeah, we still got to see them. I like the way this is going so far because she likes him, and
Mhm.
he genuinely likes her. So that's what I like about that the most with it.
Mhm.
And what's your take on Anita?
You know what that scene reminded me of when she stepped out of the car and did all of that. You know how on Love and Hip Hop you get the walk scene,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sex in the City, you get to see Carrie and her Manolo step out the car and
Yes.
get the reveal. She's looking fabulous as ever.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Preston,
Hmm.
you know, like Tamika said, they send the representative. Okay. So I'm glad that she kind of, I feel like it's a trauma response. She almost was like about to fall, and then she was like,
Mhm.
she's
Yep.
gonna catch herself
Okay.
because it's like one of those things. So they was like, um, I know you just got out of a relationship, blah blah blah, and all this other stuff. So we get all of that, but I just like that. I like the chemistry. I like it, but I just, all of that, love bombing and all that is a lot. It's a lot. So just keep your good eye open.
All right. So
Mhm.
are we dealing with a possible potential narcissist?
I don't know.
Okay.
I
Look,
don't know.
that
But
you know what
get
that's
the
their
script.
MO. They love bomb. Okay.
Yes. But
Hey,
he's
Queen.
cool. Look, listen. I like what I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? If I ain't like what I like, if I detected something, this might be a trauma response for me. So
Mhm.
keep your good eye open, girl, And then
Mm-hmm.
he has money, so he can do a lot.
Yes.
He can really like put the charm on
Mm-hmm.
and really get you all swept up. So just
Uh-huh. Reel her right on in.
yep.
So EJ, what you think about this? Like with him whining and dining out like this?
I mean, I think he's doing a bit much, but I do like his response to why he's doing it the way that he's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I think simple can be more. You can find out a little bit more when somebody's doing something simple and not extravagant things. You know what I mean? Like, because you really want to get to know that person. But he explains it well. So, I'm with it for now. He seems down to earth. When they first met, I really liked their vibes. So as long as he stays this person that we've met, then it's all good. And he does he does say somewhere down the line like it's not going to be perfect. And I like the fact that he acknowledged that he's not a perfect person and don't think that it's always going to be like peaches and cream or whatever the case is. So I don't know. Right for now, Preston is good with me.
Okay, so since y'all already went there, I'm gonna go there too with him. We gonna stay on Preston and knock that one out the box. So, what did y'all think with him? Okay, do you think he's doing a bit too much with helping her with her whole little business thing?
I mean, for me, I'm good with him helping her with her business. The only problem that I had a thing with was when he was the whole this was a first date type of thing, and it just felt like he was trying way too hard. Or like he was like, we already know you have money, so we get that. But like, I don't know, I was indifferent on that part, and that's only because she already knows he has money. So she knows that he can do, anything that he wants to do. Like he can pull off these things. But I don't know. But with the business part of it, I feel like he should he should definitely help in some way, form, or fashion if he can. That's how they connected. They connected because they was, on a business level. So I'm good with that, in my opinion.
Okay, so you good? You know what? I right here in this scene, the thing with the dog was funny.
I
with
love
with
that.
with this with their whole relationship, which like Nita said, she felt herself falling when he was talking about the whole Yankee Stadium and Alicia Keys and all of that, where she had to be like, you know what, I got plans tonight. I'm gonna, I'm not going. We've been together for 3 days, and once she saw that he knew where all her stuff was, that's when he was kind of like feeling away. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
she was feeling a kind of way, like she's, let me pump the brakes on this before I catch feelings, because that's the word. You worried about catching feelings and being hurt. That's it. That's what nobody wants to get hurt.
Right.
Mhm.
She was just
Okay.
bumping and grinding with her ex.
Exactly.
Mhm. Yeah.
Exactly. We gonna talk
That's where I
about
would put the
Jason.
That's where I would put the caution that I don't have a problem with the business part because they met networking and talking about business, but y'all mixing the business with the pleasure. That's when we
Mm-hmm.
get stick because we know sometimes even business with friends, business with families, it could get messy. So it could end up getting messy just because, he's telling her he got connections and he can make calls for certain things. And at the same time, he's like comfortable, like you said, he knowing, oh, I know where the cup's at. This is my first time here.
And it's only
Like
4 days.
real
4 days.
right. Because I was like, oh, it's like that. Okay.
I like her
Yeah.
little outfit she be wearing because she be working it. All right, so since we discussed them, we're gonna get to the last part of them. But this y'all already started talking about it, and we didn't go to the end. So I'm trying to keep y'all in the pocket. All right, so I do, however, have a word scram tonight, y'all. We got a word scramble, and the first one is, y'all ready? Or should I wait to do this?
Oh,
Hmm.
I'm gonna see who's in the chat and what they saying right now too, because I haven't addressed the chat tonight. Hey Tina, what's up, Monique 69 Ways? Hey Zaya, I don't know who. Yeah, Zaya's here. Okay, so we got a little crowd. Not too many people know about this show. I mean, or I don't know. We'll see. I wanted to pick up, but it is what it is. I'm gonna just continue the journey. Anywho, anybody
yeah,
get
we
it?
here.
Oh, Tina got it. No, who got it first? Zaya got it
Oh
first.
yeah.
And she
Yes,
got it first. It's bloodlines. All right, so moving on. Look, I'm glad they got Cree Summer as the therapist, because last season it was wasn't it
Dominic Smith. Neat video.
sorry y'all. Wasn't it the last person? I'm live. I'll call you back, sweetie, okay? I'll call you back. That was my nephew. I had to answer that.
Mhm.
Yeah, so what do y'all think of Cree Summer? I like her character. Last season it was, I want to say it was what's her name?
I'm not sure who played the therapist, but I know Cree
Shit, I
Summer.
don't
She
even
was on
remember.
It
Harlem.
was, who the therapist was last season? I can't think of her name right now, but she had her own Rosie was it?
Rosie Perez.
No, Rosie, they had her talk show.
O'Donnell.
Yeah, Rosie O'Donnell. She was the therapist last season.
Oh, okay.
I
All
can't
right.
even
So
remember, and I feel like I should remember that.
Right.
yeah,
Good
I
morning.
had to look. I couldn't. It was on the tip of my tongue, and I couldn't even get it out. But yeah, she was the therapist last season. But I like Cree Summer. I missed her from a different world. We haven't really seen her like that and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
And
she
she
was in
does a
Harlem.
lot of voiceover work. Like she
yeah,
definitely deserves her flowers because a lot of
exactly.
stuff.
Because she be
Yeah,
doing the
I love her.
Rugrats and a whole bunch of other stuff,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rosie
Hmm.
O'Donnell was the
Yeah, I love Cree Summer.
yeah, was the
Mhm.
Yeah.
therapist. But I like this take on it because it's like, we got a little fresh. We miss
Mhm.
seeing people like that from our favorite shows. Just like we
Mhm.
miss seeing Max, or
Yes.
she's a refresher playing Bob, even though
Yes.
it
I'm always here
I
for
love
Bob.
Barb.
exactly. So y'all get it, y'all dig it, right?
Right.
Mhm.
So they all go to the therapist. They all go to the same therapist. They went to the same therapist last season, but they didn't know they was all going to the same therapist. What's your thoughts about everything with the whole session? I'm gonna let y'all cover it in a whole.
Who you want to go first?
Whoever wants to go.
Hey, Ray KJ.
Hey, vacay. Sure, I should have asked you to come on. We need a male's point of view. Anywho, you know, I'll send you the link.
Um,
Holla at your girl, okay? Anywho,
okay. As far as the therapy sessions go, I'll go first.
okay, go ahead.
With let me start with Whitney. Whitney's therapy session. Whitney's just Whitney, y'all. I'm sorry. She be irking me sometimes. So, but hers was just, it's just Whitney being Whitney. And then as far as Bree, not Bree, I'm sorry, Renee. Sorry, that's her real name.
Yeah, that's our
As
real
far as
name.
Renee, as far as her therapy session goes, I thought it was interesting that she talked about, wanting to, pulling back from old boy, and she was kind of open about that. So, and I think we already know her story or whatnot. So, her therapy session was cool. But the one that I found most interesting was Sandy's therapy session, because I don't think I ever really saw her really having an issue with Matthew. Like, I always thought they were this solid couple, and to see her questioning her relationship with him, I was like, I really, really didn't see it like coming so hard the way that it started to come. I'm trying not to jump ahead, but I didn't really see it coming like that. And when she talked about it in therapy, when she came to the revelation that maybe they were already having an issue before, because, she says that it was because after Amara's mom came back, she noticed that they were going two different paths. Like, he saw his future. I guess, she didn't see her future the same way that he saw their future or whatever. I don't know, because I got a whole problem with that, y'all. But we'll go. I'm trying to process my feelings about it. But that's kind of where I was with that.
All right. So, Tamika, since the therapy part is your thing. You like the that part of the show. I want to know your thoughts about it. I want to know what was your take on it. How do how did you feel about all of that?
Yeah, I did. I definitely like the therapy part. I felt like a lot of what EJ said. I felt the same way. I just kind of like with Whitney. She was bringing up a whole bunch of other things, and then it was like we gonna mention Ola last. Ola, is that his name? Ola.
Mhm.
Ola.
And I like how the therapist was like, you should have started with that. Like, she was calling them out on their things, picking up on it. To me, I honestly felt like was it Renee? I think I felt like she was being the most realist and most open out of all of them, which is probably not what I would have expected as far as the therapy was going, and saying how she was, kind of having the mixed feelings as far as what's his name, Preston goes, and the business and all of that different aspects of it. And Sandy, that threw me for a loop too. I was like, well, what are we really complaining about? And then more so felt like it was after her bumping into him when she was with her friend. Like, that whole exchange was awkward. And then her bringing
Yeah.
out the wife coming back, which we knew that was going to be an issue, but I don't think I expected it to be the issue in that way. But like I said, I liked how the therapist was with all of them. I was kind of like, oh, so we all seeing that the same therapist, okay. And then I also like the therapy session as far as when I don't know if he was supposed to be a pastor or reverend, whoever was supposed to be marrying Whitney.
Okay, put a clip in that real quick because we're gonna get there.
But just
I gotta
overall,
take
them showing the different aspects, I like that.
All right, so what's your take, Nita?
Yeah, I actually I liked all of them. Just like I echo everybody else. Renee's was the funniest to me. I was cracking up. She is so funny to me. But Sandy, I keep saying, so my first breadcrumb was, of course, the mother coming back. The second breadcrumb was his that debate that they had, and how they were like on two different sides of the spectrum. And I think she's like, I don't think that she really kind of likes the way he thinks. And so she's like, "Ooh, we don't connect on that." And then also too, when she ran into the co-worker and she was doing an interview and all that stuff, it was just looking real crazy. And I just think she was just trying to evaluate some things, and the fact that he's pressuring her about that apartment, that's another thing. And I'm like, I still feel like she needs to stand up for herself and say, that is my property. And I mean, I don't, if she's renting it, okay, you can rent whenever you want to. You know what I'm saying? But if she owns that, like, don't be trying to rush me to get rid of my property that I got on my own before I got with you. Like, I don't know. I don't know do y'all know if she's renting
It's
or
university
That's a
housing. It's
university
not. It's a
housing that she
university
kept.
housing.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't too sure
Yeah,
about that.
she don't own it like that. It's like I guess like how they have dorms, but that's
okay,
like an
okay.
upscale thing,
Mhm.
That's
I
what it
Okay,
is.
guess.
got you. Yeah, so I've been seeing the little breadcrumbs, but I didn't think that she was going to get to that realization. And I
Yeah.
didn't think that he was at that point where he was going to be doing what he does later on. So
Yes.
We'll,
I'm
we'll
there
get
with you,
so
Nita.
so I want to read the comments, and then I'm gonna make my little commentary on it.
okay.
So we're gonna go to that real quick. I don't want to put this thing in anybody's face. So
Mhm.
hold on. So okay, yeah, I know Kitty. I saw she had a problem because she speaks like she regrets regarding taking care of Matthew and his daughter, and she was jealous about the tenure. You know what? I had a problem. I had a problem with that. I had a problem with this episode with that whole situation. But with this, how she gave the read to the podcast dude, because the host of the podcast dude, it was necessary because he basically put her in a situation where she's gonna look like the bad guy. And
Yes.
I'm glad she handled it eloquently. She handled it eloquently. It was like not she didn't even really go at the chick like she wanted to. She said what she said to her, but who she addressed it to, the host, it was well deserved. It was well deserved to me.
I agree.
It was well deserved to me. So as far as her and Matthew and the tenure, you mean to tell me all this time they've been together, and all of these conversations they have, because they're the most people that communicate out of all of these relationships. They communicate with each other the most. With they know how each other is feeling and stuff like that. How you ain't know he really wanted this tenure? And how your feeling? Did your feelings change mine because all of the likes you got because of this podcast situation on Twitter?
I
Because
don't
that's
know.
what it
That's
seemed
why.
like. That was the turn of the leaf to me.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I
No,
don't
it's
know.
okay.
That's why this was kind of like weird to me. It felt a little off. Like, I agree with Nita that there was breadcrumbs. We know, first of all, I kept saying they have a bad communication to me. Yeah, they communicate in certain aspects as far as planning things out with the daughter and different things of that nature. But we know there's a lot of other things that she wasn't being open with him about it. We kept saying, are they going to finally have that real open conversation? I actually would have liked to see the conversation they had where we left off last week with him finding out about this whole thing, as opposed to us starting this week with him saying, oh, well, yeah, but when we get my apartment back, then you're going to give this one up, right? And then she just saying, yeah, but the look on her face, you could tell she don't want to do that. So I would have liked us to get a little bit more there. And then it seemed like they both was in a good place. Even after the debate, he was kind of bigging her up after the thing she did with the podcast,
Exactly.
which she was right. He was like, yo, you did your thing. You put him in his place. So I didn't really see it. I don't see why she needed to be mad or it seemed like they both is kind of getting what they want as far as their career wise.
Exactly. That's why I didn't understand how did they get there?
Yeah.
I'm kind of baffled with all of
Exactly.
that.
No, me
I have
too.
one question to pose to y'all about this. You know, she's very outspoken, but why do you feel like she always kind of like
Stifles herself with him.
yes?
I think she
I
might be
cannot
afraid.
get
You know,
that.
you don't wanna disappoint your man. I mean, that's how she may feel, or maybe she feels like, you know how they don't. People don't want a confrontation.
Yeah.
Maybe she doesn't want to cause a confrontation or like a crazy conversation. I'll say it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know.
then
It's
maybe
weird for
he's
me.
not the one for her because I feel like you should be able to say whatever to him, whether he's gonna
Exactly.
get
If
mad or
that's
feel a way about it or whatever. You
mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Like you should be able to tell him how you feel. Why would you hold part of yourself?
Right.
She is very outspoken when it comes to everything else. She did that debate with him just fine. So it's basically
Exactly. That's
like
why I don't understand. They could do African American studies. She
right,
could talk. She could talk her behind off and counter and rebuttal him in any way, and she's able to express herself. Why can't you express yourself with this relationship and tell
Right.
me what you want from this person? And I'm not understanding all of that, but I enjoyed this episode, but I was kind of certain things I was kind of like what like that with.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I
EJ,
feel
you
you on
have
that.
your thoughts?
Yeah, I feel you on that. For just to kind of, I've been trying to like gather my thoughts about like what I really felt about this whole situation because I can see both sides of it in a sense. But I guess for me with the Sandy thing, it feels like she doesn't want to express her feelings because the character Matthew doesn't strike you as the type who keeps her from telling her feelings. They talk so much, and it just seems like she's just not putting those feelings out there on her own because she's trying to figure out what she really wants and she doesn't know what that is. And I think that's more so of the issue is that she don't have a clue what she wants. She just knows that she wants something else. But here's my rant. I don't understand between Whitney and Sandy, we got people out here looking for good men. You know what I'm saying? And they
We're gonna
just
get
throwing away
no. We're
good
gonna
men,
sound
and I
off at the
just
end,
don't
EJ.
understand.
Hold it. Put a pin in it.
Okay, I'm
Hold on, because
sorry.
we all want to sound off and give our 2 cents and say how we want to feel. But let's get through the episode because we'll
I'm
never get to the
sorry.
end if we start. We will never get to the end.
My bad. My
No, we
bad.
gonna get back to it. Oh, honey lamb, moving on. Look. Now I'm trying not look. Y'all know I be having clips and stuff.
No, Greg, I'm sorry.
It's
They was
you good.
irking me.
You good. I enjoy y'all, man. What y'all thought about this whole? She was gonna tell her here that she was having second thoughts, but
Mhm.
I feel like you shouldn't tell Whitney this. After you
Whitney's
gave
the
the wrong
wrong
advice to
person.
her, to me, girlfriends. Look, if I'm alone, you gonna be alone too, bitch. And we gonna be alone together, partying. You understand? I'm just saying. Look,
yeah, I get it. She just looking at it like it's my girlfriend's, and it's like I appreciate when they have their little girlfriend bond time. I love that. I think we all need that. But some things you also may not necessarily be able to get from your friends, or by now, since you had this dynamic with them for a certain amount of time, you should know which friend to go to about which thing. At this point, even
Exactly.
though Barbara may act nuttier than a fruitcake, I think she may have been the one to get advice from because at least she gonna keep it real. But yeah, I
Barbara's the
like
only
that
real
part.
one out of them to me. When she told him that last week,
Mhm.
she was the only real one telling her, "Look, you single now. Better go out there.
Right.
Follow up the mirror." So yeah, I like that. I like what she did that last week. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the chat. Whitney is not clear headed. Yeah, how you look?
Mm-mm.
Please scroll up to the top, y'all, and put y'all vote in with the chat. This is tonight's live poll question. Do you think Sandy should have taken? Forgot to put taken. Excuse me. Whitney's advice. Put a yes or no. We're gonna close out the poll and figure out what it is. And I agree, Zaya. Whitney's head is not clear right now. She all over the place. She all over the place. And the debate classroom may have been her safe place and she doesn't feel as confident to
Mhm.
express her feelings to him. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Um She never wants to rock the boat, and now she is tired of walking on eggshells. That's
That
how
part.
you be. Look, that's how you be sometimes with people you love. You don't want to make them mad. You don't want to piss them off. You know, it happens. But sometimes you gotta rock the boat and let a little water get in that sucker. All right.
Right.
And
Rock the boat, rock the boat. Okay.
okay. Anywho, we're gonna. I want to look at this, and then we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about the sneak attack, y'all.
You to forgive Whitney, Ola.
Excuse me?
The Bible says, forgive each other just as Christ forgave you.
You heard the man? He speaks for God.
Forgive me, Pastor, but I don't remember Jesus getting cheated on right before his wedding. I can't do this with you anymore.
What's y'all thoughts, one of
In
y'all?
the name of Christ. I'm sorry. I'm not on mute.
Do you think he really done? Done? Huh?
It feels like it. I don't know.
It feels
The
like
fact that he said that in front of the man of God to me in the church, I was like, ooh, you know what? He might have sealed the deal with that one. So I don't know.
For now, I think they need a break. I mean, I just think that he's gonna need some time. I missed the first few episodes when y'all probably talked about this, but at the end of the day, Whitney was dumb as hell, y'all.
Yes.
And
Yes,
I
we
would have
talked
told, I
about
would have
that.
took that secret to the grave.
Yes, we all
Sorry,
said
not sorry. And I don't care what nobody say. They got 10 years in the game. Okay, she messed up. It didn't mean nothing, and he was nobody to her. I would have took that secret, put it in a nice little. That's
She should have listened to
Never told it.
Renee. Weeks ago when we
Listening
first
to
started covering
Sandy.
it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. When we first started covering that was one of the votes in the chat. Did she take the wrong advice from Whitney?
right.
Because I feel like she should have listened. She listened to the wrong friend with this one.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Straight, and she been a straight shooter since this show began.
Yeah.
She said, "You bury that here and let it take it to the grave with you," and that's what she should have did. No, everybody
Exactly.
told you not to mess with this dude.
Exactly.
Everybody
It never
told
made
you,
sense.
and you mess with him just to see what it was like. And you got a doctor?
Right.
You got a doctor? A black doctor?
With all that
And then once she decided to tell him that apology that wasn't an apology, that's what's really bothering him. If she would actually, I think, tell him the real thing. Okay, yeah, Miss Kara, I agree. Like, that's what he wants. You telling him, like, you know, oh, it happened and it's never gonna happen again, and we just need to move on. That's not gonna work. And I kind of wish that the Reverend or minister, whoever was talking with him, I wish he would have said that part, because I was happy when he was like, yeah, we need to talk, right? We got to get some closure. Things can't continue like this. I was talking to y'all, you know, previous to the marriage. I was the one that was supposed to be marrying y'all. I like that he brung them in. But then once he was like, well, you just supposed to forgive her. Jesus forgave. I said, listen, I don't remember Jesus getting cheated on by his fiance. I was cracking up. I'm like, they got a point. But then they start acting a fool, cursing in there and all that. But I'm just like, I wish he would have kind of dug a little deeper and then went to her like, and you need to, you know, tell him A, B, and C. But of course, we didn't get there.
Right, I agree. But with this whole thing, I feel like she gave a crappy apology. We talked about that before. I know we revisited it because she seems like an airhead, and she's really smart. Like, how do you do something like this?
Yeah. He messed up.
Some people think the grass is greener on the other side.
He wasn't even all of that. The guy she cheated with.
Right.
He was like really he's the definition of an F-boy.
Right.
I'm just saying.
And that means that she need to even go harder with the apology.
Thank you.
Because, girl, no.
She just wanted to graze over it, like, not like, you know what, it was a mistake, I made it. Oops, sorry. You know, let's go for counseling and try to repair this. No, it doesn't happen like that. You should have gave a sincere apology. And I think, like what Miss Kira says, that's what he really wanted.
Yeah. That's all he wanted. If she had came at him real when he came to that, when they were at the house, and he asked her, she should have gave him a real. She should have told him what she told. I can't remember if she was talking to Sandy or Renee, but that's what she should have told him, how
Exactly.
she felt, because that would have been more understandable. Because they have been together for 10 years, and sometimes people do feel like they might be missing something, and then they figure out that they're not missing anything. But she should have came at him with a real sincerity of why she did it, and then followed it up with a real sincere apology, not just we've been together for 10 years, so you just have to go on. And we all know that more than likely she would, and I think somewhere in the episode she says this, she would have more than likely forgave him if the shoe had been on the other foot. I really feel like she would have gave the relationship a try, but only if he came with something real. If it was in reverse, and that's the thing, you got to be real with people. You never know what they're gonna say.
Yeah, she cheated with the community peeing guy.
That's what made it so much worse. Like, she should have lied about who it was. I was just like,
She
I don't
shouldn't
know.
even said anything. And then not
I
only
would
that,
have never said nothing.
they all in the same circles. He was hanging out with the
Exactly.
guys.
Right.
She played herself.
Big time, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, she really played herself with that.
She should have let that go.
Please, y'all, hit the like button, hit the share. Put me up in that algorithm, y'all. All right, so we're going to go to the next word scram. Y'all ready for it, ladies? Ladies. It's easy, y'all. I'm making them easy. I'm just,
Oh, I don't know why all I
Hey,
saw was
Samara.
trash.
Do y'all got the word scram? The ladies, my girls got it on the panel. All right, my girls got it on the panel. Let me see who got it in the chit chat. Nobody got it in the chit chat. I know it's a delay. Let me give y'all a little bit more time.
Yeah, it do be a delay.
Hey, everybody. All right, anybody got the word scramble? Number two.
They still talking to each other.
Okay, Monique says Whitney will not get to a real apology for Ola until she's real with herself about what happened and why.
But she did. Monique
Yeah,
said
but
she
she didn't even. To
talked
me,
to
I
her
feel like she
girls
should have
about
broke it down, like why she did what she did. And,
to her
and
girls,
she
right?
played herself.
She broke it down to them, but
Yeah,
she
but
ain't
she
break
didn't
it
break
down
it
to the
down to
person
him.
that.
That's where it matters
That's the
most.
thing, yeah.
Yeah. But
That's
I
where it
still
matters
feel like
most.
she knows.
All right, I'm moving on. Y'all, the ladies got it. My girls got it on the panel. Since y'all don't have the word scram, I'ma hold up. Let me see.
Oh shoot.
Look, y'all got me. Let me see.
The hint is it's the person that's sitting behind the word.
I know it's so easy. What's the word scram? What you can't figure out that word, can't All right, here we go. Anybody got it yet? I'm trying to give y'all in 5, 4, 3, 2, and this is the answer. Oh,
Here they go. They coming.
all right. They got it now. All right, they coming. Who was the first one to get it? Candy Love.
Candy Love.
Candy Love.
Zia was right behind her. Everybody did it at the same time. 9:55.
All right. I know it's a delay on it. That's why I'm like trying to like fall back,
Yeah.
All right. So let me see where we going next. Dad, don't tell me this thing. You know how sometimes you put stuff in and it don't come up? Okay, no, it came up. This part is so realistic to me because you know how when you get your hair done and you got a fresh do and you don't want to mess it up and you lay down on the couch like this where you sit like this so you don't mess up your hair.
Mhm.
She was doing that's so real with girls.
Yeah.
With us. Where you like, I ain't messing up my hair. I'm gonna take this little nap here like this in the chair.
Right.
You see-
Made sure she was together too.
Yes, I loved her outfit.
Yes.
When she
She be
came up them
doing
stairs with that.
Break her hair like that.
Yes.
She's the best
It
dress.
seemed like she slept a little bit longer than a nap though, and that part was funny when she was like, "Wait a minute, I know."
Uh-huh.
I was cracking
But
up.
I really like Preston so far. He and he's funny too. So it's like they mesh so well.
Mm-hmm.
They really do.
Her man is kind of, her ex-husband, well, her estranged husband, because
Still her husband.
now we're finding out they're still married.
Yeah.
I thought they were actually divorced.
No, they didn't divorce yet.
Yeah, so stiff. So what was your take on this scene, EJ?
I liked it. I liked that he cooked dinner for her. I liked that he made the joke about her ghosting him and the other thing he said. And then I like the fact that she was honest about it. It feels like they really do mesh pretty well together. A part of me is, and I know it's probably wrong, I guess it's just a human part of me is just waiting for what's wrong with him, because right now he just seems like a really nice guy and he got all this money, but it's always something. It just got to be something. I'm just trying to figure out what it is. But for right now, I like Preston, and I thought it was a great scene.
Me too.
I thought it was great too. And she said, "Look, we gonna slow it down, but we still, effing.
Right.
Right. Be like, oh, she's like, yeah, no doubt. I just like the realness with them because they're being forward. They being forthcoming with with themselves.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, her husband seems sad. His energy doesn't match Renee's. I agree. That's a good find, Tina. Thank you. Do y'all agree with that, ladies?
No, I agree. And I think it has to do with the fact that he's finding himself. He's trying to figure out who and what he wants to do, and and I think that's what it is. But they were together for a reason. Something matched with them. You know what I'm saying? It's just that at this point in their life, something has changed, and we don't have all the story, but it does happen in real life. So it is what it is. But I do agree, Tina.
Well, since we there, ladies, I'm gonna ask y'all this question: do y'all think he gonna fight for her, or you think he just gonna let it go because they already estranged?
No, I'm with Monique 69 ways, honey. I'm waiting for the return because it's gonna be a return. I want to see how he's gonna be acting, what's gonna be going down.
Yeah, I want to see that too. Because they had I think she was vulnerable because everything was going wrong with her little business venture, and everything was going wrong with her business venture. She kind of was down in the dumps, and I think she was kind of seeing what he was going through, but their situation is not the same. She funded his thing, and now she's using whatever she got left to push her business. Right. So now things is getting down to the wire with it.
Yeah.
And sometimes you got to spin the block, It just is what it is.
Facts.
I was about to say one other thing I liked about her and Preston is that it felt like they had chemistry before the reveal of his wealth.
Yes.
So, I was like, it seemed like she was feeling him before. You know what I'm saying? Because of course, like you said, you can jump out there and be like, oh, he got money, security, wealth, blah, 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 blah. But I felt like it was genuine, and that just added to. So I want to say, but it still feel like it could be somewhat of a rebound. So that's what I'm scared of. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're taking it slow again, though. I feel you on that, Nita, because I'm glad that she said that, and she's pulling it back in. So maybe it won't turn into a rebound if they just take a few steps back and really try to, figure it out. I like Preston. I just want to see. I want to see where it can go.
Me too. I like Preston. I like Preston. So Moving on. Yeah, I like Preston. I want to see Preston stay around for a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me too.
All
I
right,
think he's
so
funny and brings a little more comic relief with it. I mean, she's already funny,
exactly,
but I
and
think
he's really
he
a
adds.
comedian. He's really a comedian.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
You know what?
Okay.
He has
Yeah.
that
Well, I'm
presence.
gonna have
I
to
like
look
I
this
this
like
dude.
it.
up.
He just seems like a real dude to me. Like somebody you meet, and the way they hit it off in the beginning, because they wasn't, he was just, you know how when you meet somebody and y'all be talking and y'all got the good cracks and y'all go back and forth with your little snaps and stuff. That's what was fun about it.
Yeah.
All right, so it's one more, I think. No, we're gonna go to the whole little proposal thing, right?
Womp womp.
Wait, no, I'm going to we're gonna go to the proposal thing. What was y'all take on this whole thing? As far as him proposing, her having a panic attack.
I didn't see that
I
coming.
didn't
I
see
ain't
that
gonna
coming
lie.
either.
I ain't gonna
I
lie.
was
I honestly,
blindsided by it, y'all.
I didn't think Matthew was ready to talk about any marriage. So when he started talking about what she mean to him and this and that, I said, Lord, is he about to whip out a
Yes,
ring?
that little ring.
Yeah. I was like, oh shoot. And I wasn't expecting her to have a panic attack either.
Neither was
And then just
I.
leave him there.
Yes. And look, we gonna. Before we get to that, we gonna go to here. Before we get to the whole SOS situation, how you gonna give away dude sneakers like this? And you cheated.
And
She's
then she
trash,
I'm the
right?
one
Yeah,
that cheated.
this right here made me. I'm like, yo, man, come
Yeah,
on,
she's
come on,
trash.
girl, Whitney, what you doing?
Whitney is self sabotaging. That's what she's doing right now. Like
Yeah,
Absolutely.
she
like,
spends so much time trying to be perfect. Like and I think that was the other thing is that everybody expects Whitney to be perfect, and she's painted this whole picture of how perfect she is. So she wanted to be imperfect for a moment, but people like her can't be imperfect for a moment. It's going to eat at her and eat
Yep.
at her and eat at her,
Yeah.
and that's why she is where she is right now.
mm-hmm.
Hard.
Now going back to this, let me go to the chat. Giving away Jordans. I was
Yeah, we
okay.
sold them.
Kira said she was screaming at the TV. Stop him! The proposal took me by surprise.
It did.
Yeah, it was.
I think it's because we never get the POV of the guys. And
Yes.
so we
Yeah.
don't really know what they're thinking and stuff like that. So
That's
Yeah.
true. That's a good
I agree,
point.
Nita. Yeah,
You know what
that's a
else?
good
We
point.
might not ever get what Matthew thinks because we might not ever get what Matthew thinks because Matthew don't hang out with them.
Right.
You know how usually, like, remember how they was at the cigar bar?
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't there.
Yeah.
Remember
Right.
when they was at the when they was hanging out before this last season? He wasn't
Mm-hmm.
there. He was a secret
Yeah,
then.
more like a casual if they bump into, type
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, because clearly when he saw Ola, he knew they were familiar with each
Yeah.
other. But I don't know. As far as that,
That's a
okay.
good
So
point.
for me with Matthew, I think even though it was a surprise to me when he proposed, like even though it was surprising, I didn't expect to see that. It does feel like a natural progression in next steps. I mean, they're living together. I would have
Mm-hmm.
probably thought maybe a little more time, but sometimes when you
Mm-hmm.
know, you know. And I don't
Right.
think I necessarily agreed with Whitney's perspective when she says that he was afraid of losing you, because I don't think he was ever afraid of losing her. I don't think that was the case in
Yeah, I
my
think he
opinion.
was comfortable. I don't think he was afraid of losing. I don't even think he thought that was in the equation.
I don't think
Exactly.
he
That's what
did
I'm saying. I don't think
either.
he saw it. I don't think he saw that coming.
He
So
didn't
I
see
didn't
it
agree
coming
with
because
that.
neither did we. We didn't see it coming. He figured
Right.
now that he got the tenure, I got a set foundation. I got a permanent
Mm-hmm.
job now. I can have my wife.
right.
He's doing
Yeah.
things
See,
in order, even though they
And
were
with
playing
him
house all
asking
these
her to
years.
give up her place, that does kind of make sense. Like, you know, hey, I want you to be my wife. We about to do this together. So
Yeah.
hindsight 2020, right?
and you got to think about it. Matthew is older. Like
Yeah.
when people are older, they not sitting like they do things in a certain order. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we done moved in together. My daughter loves you. We get along. Okay, this is the next step. So I don't think that Matthew was like HEA says that they think it was a knee jerk reaction. You know, and that's cool and all. I definitely respect your opinion. I just don't think it was a knee jerk reaction. I think that Matthew always knew that Sandy was the one that, you know what I'm saying, and that's why
Yeah, well,
he
that's
chose.
what he kind of said. Like, I always saw this and that in you. He actually felt like he was going, I guess, maybe too slow, like he should have been did it. And then he talked about the love she had for his daughter, which her and his daughter do have a great relationship. So, you know, but obviously, again, communication, because they was on two different pages.
I felt like it was
Clearly.
I feel like it was supposed to go in that order. I feel like also with this, he didn't see it coming. But the thing about it is, once the baby mother came back, he knew he had to do something. But I'm still not understanding how we got here. You understand?
Yeah.
So it's just like I was blindsided. I was like, oh shoot.
Yeah, I was too.
So
I ain't even gonna
my
lie.
question is to y'all ladies before we get to the SOS. Do y'all think this is the end of them two? Or do you think they might come back? Because the way she loved the little girl, I'm like,
It might be. I don't know. I want to see how it's going to play out because I feel like on the one hand, she started second guessing herself, like, oh my God, what did I do? Should I go back? And then here we have Whitney. Oh no, don't do the same thing
all right,
I
look, we
did.
going to
It's like
the
it's
SOS
not
now.
the
Before
same
we go, we going to the SOS now.
thing. Mm-hmm.
Look, let's
Look to me, you right there with me.
you gotta stay in the pocket, Tamika.
Then I had a panic attack. And I sent the SOS. I can't believe that Matthew even proposed.
I can't believe you just left that man at that restaurant like that. He probably still sitting there waiting for you to come back.
Y'all
One
laughing
time
at
I
that.
left somebody sitting waiting for me a long time ago. Long time ago. That's not nice.
I did stuff like that when I was young. I'd be like, hold on, I'll be right back.
Oh, God. That's horrible. Like she had a panic attack and just was like, bye.
Wow.
And I'm like, girl, you know he gonna go back to your place right
Right.
Exactly. Like, what was you thinking? Tamika got on her track. She all right. She all right. Cause I'll do it too. But I want the whole thing with the SOS.
That's no need.
We're gonna go to this one too, and then talk about it.
Oh my God. What am I doing? Like, am I really gonna walk away from a man who loves me and wants to marry me? Oh my God, and Amari. I have to say yes.
Oh, no.
I should have said yes.
No.
No, Sandy. No, I am not letting you do that.
How you gonna follow her advice since she was with the community Pindu and threw away her whole thing? She threw away a whole good man to mess with community Peen. Now, look, EJ. Now it's time to do your rant.
Right.
Community Peen. She threw away her whole relationship for community Peen. How you gonna listen to this broad?
Girl.
And I know she do everything perfect, but this was no.
Girl.
Come on, EJ. Sounds off.
Girl, okay. So first and foremost, this is where I was going earlier. So first and foremost, Whitney and Sandy, I was so upset with them this week because of the fact that they both had these good men, right? And we can say people can say what they want to say about Matthew, because I know people see it from different angles and things like that. But from what we saw of him, what has Matthew really done? You know what I'm saying? Like, what has he really done? We didn't see him cheat. We ain't seen him try to double back to his ex-wife. We ain't seen him try to do anything but be a good man to her. People want good men, and they actually just throwing them away like nothing. Whitney, I don't even want to get started on her because that was just dumb AF what she did. But Sandy, I expected something different from her, because since when do we live in a world where people cannot have their careers, their other lives outside of everything else, but still, be in one accord? Like, why did you have to leave him in order to find yourself when you done moved in with him? I feel like you should have took like 30 steps back before you even moved in with him, got in his daughter's life, you know what I'm saying, became this second mom to her. Like, you got to think about all of these different things. I was really disappointed in this character, y'all. Like, seriously, I just didn't understand it at all. And we saw because somebody just mentioned the park scene. When they talked about the park scene, when they bump into each other, right then you see where she doesn't even know what she is to Amara. And I'm just like, what in the world are we doing here? Like, what was the purpose? What was the point? And I just feel like now two people are well, I feel like, I don't know, maybe Matthew. I feel like Matthew is more of the person that's hurt at this point. And I just feel a way about it, because I was really feeling this couple, y'all. Like, I really was for a second. I ain't going in hard on y'all. I ain't going in hard tonight. I'm not gonna do it.
I get you, EJ. I swear I get you. The whole thing about, I think where her confusion is coming in, because I felt like she was clear with the daughter before the mom came. It feels like when the mom came, she had to kind of reassess like what she was. And so she was just like, well, let me step back. And so now we're in the park having an awkward conversation where I don't even know what I am. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not married to him. I really don't have any claim to. So she just kind of had to let him kind of lead the conversation, and it just left her feeling real unsure. So I definitely agree with you, because like you said, them good men, they is hard to find.
And you know what needed to feedback off of what you just said, about her not about him kind of having to lead this conversation. It's so weird that these two haven't really had this conversation. And if I were to say anything about Matthew, I would say that on last week's episode, I believe, when I can't think of the mom's name, when she said, so she kind of get an attitude with Sandy, and they kind of have that thing. That might have been episode before last. Y'all know the episode I'm talking about, the dinner scene. Right. There was an opportunity for him to really solidify and tell Sandy where she fit in it. But he's, kumbaya, I want to keep the peace, and I get that. But at that moment, maybe that's when the disconnect happens, because I do feel like there was an opportunity, just like with Whitney, with Ola, there was an opportunity for for Matthew with Sandy. So maybe there, I don't know, y'all. I just don't get these people. I'm sorry, Moochie. I don't get them.
Yes, you're right.
It's cool. But you know what? I when you said something, how she don't know what she is, and she already solidified it once the mother was coming and going. Come on, you know Amari better than her own mother. You know her favorite color, all of that stuff. How you gonna sit here and act like you don't know where you belong in this relationship just because she came back?
Hey, Inga.
Hey,
I threw her off a little bit. I mean, we know it definitely had an effect on her, because she wasn't expecting it, and I get that part, but I just needed them to communicate better. And I've been saying that since the first episode. Like, a lot of this would have been avoided just with some open, honest communication from the apartment to everything else. And I feel bad for his daughter, because now she's attached to her. You got, like, when y'all single, y'all ain't got no kids, do what you want to do. But when you involving the kids too, and they get used to somebody, That's not cool either. So
Like, how is that
I
gonna
really want
work?
to see how they gonna work this whole situation out. I wouldn't want her to stay with him if that's not really where she feel like, you know what I mean, where she's supposed to be right now. Because my grandmother used to always say people can grow up and together or out and apart. But the way that they did it, it just kind of went, and I'm
It
trying
was
to
like
understand.
blindsiding us though.
Yeah, it didn't make sense.
It
It
doesn't.
didn't all
I was
make
like,
sense.
what? Like, I thought she was gonna really say yes. And then when you start hearing the echoing in her ear, like, you know, that's how you be when you
Yeah.
in a situation where you're like your emotions is going crazy. So I'm like, what
Mhm.
the heck? Like, how we get
Yeah,
here? But
definitely.
I just feel like I feel like she made a decision like even though she left in the way it ended, I want them to continue this conversation.
Yeah,
I don't want them to do what they did this week. Like,
right.
Right.
they left us with a cliffhanger last week
Yeah,
and they never addressed the thing with the
yeah,
apartment. They
Right.
never talked about it. And now the only thing you say is, oh, you're giving up your apartment.
right.
Really?
Right. I was like,
Right.
well, where's the rest of the
Yeah, where's the
conversation
rest of the
at?
conversation? So
Yeah,
I
maybe
did.
he should have asked her. He should have dug a little bit deeper into that. But you know, some people have relationships where they just don't argue like that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you kept the apartment. Okay, I kind of understand why you did it, and they just move on from it. You know, it just is what it is. But I don't know. I think that was a red flag. Maybe he should have dug deeper into it to figure out why exactly she did. I mean, she gave him a reason, but I don't know, it didn't feel all the way sincere. It just felt like she always had one foot in and one foot out. And we see that with the apartment. That's a person who hasn't completely, said, okay, I want to be all the way in this or not. But and I'm not mad at her for keeping the apartment. Y'all listen, I have always been one to say, because I said the same thing with Zatima. She kept the apartment. I'm okay with you keeping your place. That's cool. But communication is the key. Like Tamika said, all she had to do was talk about it and say, hey, this is
Word.
why I kept it and keep it pushing.
I feel like she was too scared to talk about it, and it didn't even have to go there.
Right.
Right.
Really
Yeah.
It
didn't.
didn't even have to go there
All of this
like that.
could have been avoided. You're
Hmm.
right. Could have all been avoided.
I agree, ladies.
Yeah, so I closed out the poll, ladies, and what it is, everybody's saying that she should have. It was okay for her to listen to it. I'm surprised at this one. Do you think
Oh,
Shandi
really?
should? Yeah, people said 72% said yes. I say no. You shouldn't have
I
listened to
mean,
her. She not even all there. She
she's
can't
not
even
in the right
accept what.
mind.
Like what
I
in?
don't y'all listen, I don't think that she gave her anything definitive. I just think that she said, hold on, wait. Just think about this more. Don't just jump to say yes. I don't I think she just wanted her to think about it more and not just to be jumping out her.
Yeah, I don't
It
think
felt
she should
like
have
she
answered it
said,
in a
don't
text.
do it. I
Yeah.
think she said, didn't she say, I'm not going to let you do this? And that's why I took it as advice, because she said, I'm not going to let you do this. Like, I just think Whitney needs to stay out of affairs
Yeah.
of.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Certain stuff. Listen, certain stuff I ain't asking certain people.
Word.
Mm-mm. Whitney don't get no vote right now. She
Mhm.
would have been better off asking anybody else but Whitney. The little
Mm-mm-mm.
dude she gave the Jordans to, she could have asked him.
Right.
No, and then you telling the people that you gave the Jordans to all your business.
Hmm.
Like, I was like, what is she doing? She's not in her right frame of mind right now.
Yeah, she not.
Exactly. She's just not the right person to give advice because she's hurt. And
Yeah,
sometimes when people who are going through something give advice, they give advice based off of where they are at
that's
in that
true.
Exactly.
moment
Hurt
in their
people,
That's
hurt
life.
true.
people.
So,
That's true.
and it's probably not her intention to give her, this bad piece of advice, because I think it was bad. I mean, but, that's our opinions. But it probably wasn't her intention to do that. But at the same time, she's probably feeding off of what she's going through.
Right.
And
Mm-hmm,
so
Yeah,
she
mm-hmm.
giving her
definitely
that
true.
advice because of that. Because at the end of the day, Whitney saying you've been with him for 10 years. You had 10 years to know that you either wanted to be with him or not. That was not something that was just, that just happened. Oh, I could. Whitney talk about that when she said, oh, I cooked dinner for you and I did this. And then he asked her, told him that she didn't have to do all of that. And then She said she did it because she wanted to. That was another moment for her to be honest, because it just felt like she was throwing stuff out
Right.
instead of just being like, I did this because I love you and because you're a doctor and I wanted to make sure that you were taken care of. Yada. Like, it was just so many deeper things that she could have said to get Ola back, and now Ola is out there for the streets. Dang, Ola.
Like I don't know. I feel like she shouldn't even said anything.
Yeah.
She shouldn't even said anything with this. She should have been like, you know what? I'm not the right person to give the advice. I've told friends that before. Like, you know what? You might not want to listen to me. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
real. Like, hey,
I'm saying.
Yo,
yeah, especially when I know I'm in a certain headspace. I'm quick to tell my girlfriend, today's not a good day, girl. So you mean everything you get from me is probably going to be negative right about now because I'm in a negative mood.
And then did y'all when they was clapping the cheeks last week, didn't she kind of seem disengaged?
Yes, remember I said that? She was like, not all the way there, stopping to answer the phone. I'm like, okay.
Once she stopped to answer once she stopped to answer the phone, she was disengaged before that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
right.
And he was like, bumping and grinding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was like, what's happening?
She just laying there like a little, like looking on her phone. Oh, I was at the gym. Really?
It just feels like she don't feel like she can have what she want and he have what he want. But I just don't see it like that. I feel like people are gonna have their separate lives and then they have their together lives.
Exactly.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
It don't have to be hard.
I'm definitely want to see this conversation because he was sure enough like, you didn't come back to say yes.
Okay, so you said like they're glossing. I want you to elaborate on that, honey.
Yes. Monique had put it up there in the comments. She said that the hole that's in the wall is symbolic of their relationship. The cracks, and then the leak actually came.
Yeah,
that's a good metaphor.
Yeah,
it
came right down on his head. It's gonna rain on your head.
Rain on your head.
He had to jump up. That's a good analogy. Yeah,
I like that, Monique.
And I'm glad you gave like that. It's gonna rain on your head because that's a segue into what we doing Thursday.
Right.
EJ channel going to talk about it, EJ, because we finished up here.
Yeah. So on my channel on Thursday, we are going to be talking about the original Color Purple. So we'll be doing that throwback. And then we're going to be reacting to the trailer, talking about the new one. And then I'm also going to, on Wednesday, VKJ, Ruthless TV, all things Ruthless, we'll be doing our Ruthless Roundtable. So if you're into Ruthless, if you like Ruthless, y'all got to come through because y'all never know who's going to pop up on the show. So you definitely got to come through and hang out with us on that one. And then, other than that, just keep your notifications on. I don't know what I got going on.
All right. And Tamika, you got anything going on, boo?
What do I have going on? Wednesday, I will be doing Sisters. It's back to business, y'all. I had a little break, a couple days, got back today. I missed y'all. I'm glad to be back. So I'm going to start getting some things on and popping. So Sisters is going to be Wednesday. Joining EJ and Moochie for the Color Purple Thursday. Saturday, I think, is a trivia night. I got to check. And Sunday is the old school throwback classic Sunday. We doing Mahogany. So get into it, refresh yourselves on it, and join us.
All right, Nita, what you got going on, girl?
Okay, so on Thursday, I have Reality Talk TV. And then also, too, I am looking to drop a few more movie reviews that I'm trying to get caught up on. I already dropped The Little Mermaid. I already dropped Transformers. I'm going to be doing The Blackening. I'm going to be doing The Flash. I'm going to be doing John Wick 4. So keep your notification bells on, and I'm definitely doing them this week. Okay, y'all? So no fronting. I'm committing myself to keep the promises I make to myself. So I am going to get them out and done up to you. So keep your notification bells on. It's coming out this week. Thanks,
Hey,
Moochie.
All right.
that's what's up.
And let me tell y'all what I got going on. Tomorrow, come back at 9. We're gonna be talking about what you should be watching. What's good to watch. So that's what we're talking about tomorrow. Um Thursday, I am doing a trending topics this week too with Monique, and we're gonna see who else gonna be on that panel for this week where we talk about what like the latest little gossip and stuff like that. So we're gonna talk about that, and tomorrow at noon I will be with Lamont Tyson talking about Fatal Attraction. So we'll be discussing that tomorrow. So keep your notifications on. Holla at your girl and hit that like button and share. Please tune in. If you're not subscribed to these ladies' channels, please subscribe. Their links are in the description. And I guess that's about it
Can I
for
say one more
tonight.
thing?
Go ahead.
Can I say one more thing real quick?
Sure you can.
On my I forgot about this. So I had a pop-up shop last week for my Strictly Opinionated brand. It's strictlyopinionated.com. I had some leftover t-shirts and hats, and they're all on sale, and I have a few leftovers. So if you go onto the website and you click on pop-up shop, I think it's a pop-up shop something, whatever it says, click on that, and almost everything on there is on sale. It's like a few sizes left, so go check that out, guys.
All right. So look, I got one more word scram. Should I save it for next week or should I do it right now, y'all? Let me know. Put something
What you
up,
got?
let me know. What's up, Brillo?
Brills, he say Mr. is goaded, girl. He's so funny.
You
I
said
can't
Mr.
with
is
him.
goaded?
Not Mr.
Until you do right by me.
Okay, look, I ain't even well, okay. We're gonna get to it, Monique. All right, so anything else, ladies? Anything else?
Nope.
All right, so
No.
that is our show for tonight, y'all. Thank you for coming out. God bless. I'm gonna save the word screen for next week, y'all. All right, so
Okay.
we we pretty much out of here, y'all. So thank you for coming out, everybody. Please have a good night and enjoy.
All right, y'all.
See?